anything else, let me show you where are you going to get this Legion arm. However, it's not something that you can miss, like you have to quite literally go through here. We're going to go to the Jungle Zone walkway. It's very early into the DLC, as you can see right in here. And essentially you're just going to walk down here throughout this frozen riverside. And then towards the left, there's going to be a little bit of a boss fight, mini boss. This that you see around here, this is going to be a battle arena. As soon as you defeat this boss, that's when you're going to get this beautiful, gorgeous Legion arm that we have right in here. Now, before we actually get into the guide of the Legion arm, which stats are best for this Legion arm and things like that, I want to show you how effective it is against bosses, for example, like Luxatia. And this is like one of the endgame bosses. The DLC bosses will be as tough, if not more tougher than Luxatia. But the one thing that I like about this is that it gives you so much DPS and consistency into the posture damage of the enemies, even for those very annoying enemies like Luxatia here, for example, where she has lots of attacks, where whenever you break her stance before she actually gets into the break mode where you can do a fatal attack, she continues to do a couple of attacks. A couple of bosses and enemies do the very same thing, and you can capitalize on that and take a look at the amount of damage that we're dealing in here because of this specific Legion arm, which ideally the Legion arm, what it does is that it launches several blades depending on the level that you have for the Legion arm towards the enemy to deal damage while you have a fairly safe distance from them. So if you're fighting, like for example a boss that has lots of distance attack and you have to be taking a little bit of a distance from them, and at the same time you want to be aggressive, you do not want to lose the advantage, you do not want to lose the posture and stance damage that you have been dealing. This is very powerful because not only the DPS is amazing, it's also a weapon that it's also going to be dealing lots and lots of tremendous stance damage. So for comparison as well, let me show you a little bit of how much damage is this going to be dealing. Let's do just a Fable Odd right in here. So as you can see, the Fable Odd, the complete Fable right in there, it's 2600 damage. If we actually just throw these guys right in here, like 4 of these guys, which is the basic of everything that you're going to be doing, it's the essentially same damage as a full-on charge, fully upgraded weapon Legion arm, which as you can see right in there, it's also going to be dealing lots and tremendous amounts of posture damage on itself just by the Legion arm on its own. So you can be by all means dealing not only damage but also stance damage and break posture of the enemy while you have a safe distance from the enemy to continue attacking and keeping the DPS right in here. This Legion arm is one of my favorites right now because of the DLC. Downside, or actually good thing about the Legion arm, is that regardless of you being a motivity, aka strength, or technique, aka dexterity builds, you're going to be able to use this bad boy because as you can see right in the physical attack that we have, it's pretty high, 115 plus 111, because this is like a technique character. Ideally, the best character that is going to take the most advantage out of this Legion arm is going to be a quality build, like a character that's going to be allocating weapons into motivity and into technique, that is going to always be focusing on getting as much advantage when it comes to those levels. And that's one amazing thing as well, because if you're a quite literal, like a huge level, high level character, this takes advantage the most out of this, because remember that quality builds take advantage the most because they're investing points not only on motivity but on technique. However, then again, the cool thing about this is that if you're a strength build, you can use this as your means of damage from a distance, and if you are a dexterity build, you can by all means use this as means of damage from a distance, so you're not necessarily locked. Like for example, we have things out here with the Legion arms that this is going to mostly be useful for a technique build. This is not actually going to be that amazing for anyone that is going to be using something like motivity or advance. Or for example, the Fulminist, this is actually good for motivity or advance. Usually the Legion arms are going to be good for 2 types of builds. This is going to be good for the strength and dexterity types of builds. And while I think that this is the best Legion arm right in here, we have 2 Legion arms in the DLC. I'm going to be trying to make a guide, a comparison, which one is better. This one's specifically for this Legion arm. If you're a dexterity or a strength build, then by all means, I'd say that this is the correct choice. However, we're also going to have a review of the other Legion arm at a later video. If you like the content, a like and a video super appreciated. Nostal you there, you gorgeous and beautiful person. You're in the gorgeous and beautiful, beautiful person. Subscribe to the channel, join Discord, and have a beautiful day. Goodbye.